This is an issue I didn't get around to because once I start talking about the law, I can go on and on and on and on and on about how many laws are broken, how, where, when, and why. It doesn't really matter what court it is. And, anyways, this gentleman, Mr. Ritchie, is having problems with his ex, and she's collecting, I guess, alimony, and she makes more money than him, and so it's ridiculous, and the living arrangements, and so there's a lot of issues he didn't know about that he could use to reduce alimony. So, motion to reduce alimony. To reduce alimony, you must file a motion to modify with the court, and you can do that yourself. Providing substantial involuntary change in circumstances since the last order, like job loss, significant income decrease, disability. He's had significant income decrease, disability. He's disabled. Involuntary retirement, it was called, or the recipient's remarriage, cohabitation. So they don't have to be married. They could be living with somebody, and you could use that to reduce your alimony. Providing organized financial records as evidence for a judge to rule on. And this guy is fastidious about his finances, so I'm quite sure he has all that in order. Mr. Ritchie, I remember him being quite accurate about his taxes and such. Payments continue until the new order is granted, so filing promptly is crucial, often making changes retroactive to the filing date, which is pretty cool, right? So filing promptly is crucial, often making changes retroactive to the filing date. So they can make it retroactive by that from the time your finances took a hit and his disability came about. They could say, well, hey, because of that reason, he shouldn't have been paying that much money all this time. So, lady, you got to pay back. Okay, common resources for modification. Involuntary income loss. He had an involuntary retirement. Reduction, losing a job. He lost his job. Taking a pay cut. He took a pay cut. Or developing a disability. He became disabled, so that's what put him where he's at. Recipients, remarriage or cohabitation. The receiving spouse living with a new partner or in a supportive relationship. Like, let's say if they're living with a sister, a brother, a kid, that is a supportive relationship. That's helping them reduce what they need to live on. And you could use that to reduce your alimony. And cohabitating, if the woman's living with another man or a boyfriend. A lot of people don't know this. And I didn't have time to talk to Mr. Ritchie about this because I spent over 2 hours talking about all the laws lawyers break before I could get to this part. A significant change in needs, a major change in either spouse's financial situation or child's needs if relevant. I'm not quite familiar with child support or any of those issues. We only talked about the alimony part. Retirement, a paying spouse's good faith retirement considering age, health, and work history. Okay. So there's a lot of reasons you could use to file this motion. How to file a motion. File a motion. Prepare and file a formal motion with the court that issued the original order requesting modification or termination. Prove change in circumstances. Gather evidence, pay stubs, financial statements, medical records to demonstrate significant unforeseen change. Serve the other party officially. Notify your ex-spouse of the motion. You don't need an attorney for this, people. You don't. Just do it yourself. It's explaining it to you. I've explained it to numerous people. Attending hearing, present your case in court. The judge makes the final decision. Okay. Key consideration, substantial change. A change must be significant and often unforeseeable at the time of the divorce. Involuntary changes resulting from your own involuntary actions, like quitting a job, are less likely to be approved. Retroactivity. Modifications can often be made retroactive to the date you filed the motion, emphasizing the need to file quickly. Existing order stands. Your current payments remain legally binding until the court issues a new order. Contact a family law attorney in your jurisdiction to understand specific state requirements and gather necessary information. So this is in the state of Illinois, so these are the necessary requirements in the state of Illinois. Okay, motions to reduce alimony. I've met women that were actually, two women I met that were actually paying alimony because they made more than the man. Seriously. And, the guy, both guys, they moved in with their girlfriend. And one guy wanted more money because his living expenses increased, and in order to maintain his lifestyle. But she brought up the issues that he had a girlfriend, and his girlfriend was living with him, and he was paying her bills, she was living off of him. So that's where the increases came. So she actually got a reduction in her alimony payment. So it depends on how you approach and what evidence you use, and but you can, like it said here, you can, from the original order, you have the original order, just go back to the same court, you go to the clerk's office, file a motion yourself. You can file pro se. And considering the fact that he's disabled, he's a senior, he's on SSDI, soon he'll be hitting retirement age, so he'll I don't know if he's collecting a retirement. But these are substantial issues that he wants to bring up with the court, and will automatically have his alimony reduced, and it'll go retroactive. So anything beyond that rate that was paid on a previous date since the disability occurred he'll have to be reimbursed. Okay, Mr. Ritchie and anybody else out there, considering about, you need, you want to reduce your alimony and, payments. It's easy to have them increased as well. Okay, but this is a jumping off point for Mr. Ritchie. Being disabled, I'm disabled, I'm quite sure, and plus the money he's putting out now for alimony and whatever else, that comes at a heavy expense. So I want to do my best to see to it that he can be spared that expense. Mr. Ritchie, when you file, you can file they call it a fee waiver now. It used to be a waiver of fees, a fee waiver, to spare yourself any court expense, Mr. Ritchie. So when you file this motion, file a fee waiver, Mr. Ritchie, okay? File a fee waiver so you don't have to pay any court costs. All right, if you want, I'll go with you, walk you through it. I've done it with other people on different things, child custody and wage garnishment, even for myself, and for a civil suit. But there's more than one way to skin a cat, and if you're going to do it, do it. Save yourself some money, Mr. Ritchie. All right. I know I pretty much surprised you about the laws I knew about when we spoke. I said, sorry I didn't get to this, but I'm going to put it on the internet. And when you have the chance, you look it over. Okay, you fit right in here. You already got all the evidence, dude. All you need to do is file a motion. And remember what I said about Danny's kids, Okay? Danny's kids could use your help. I mean, if you feel generous. With me, just stop by, say hello. I'll chat you up on the law. Maybe you could help sit and listen. I'll go through some things with you and just get your opinion as I'm going, for my videos that I post on the internet. Okay? All right, everybody. Mr. Richie, you have a good day. May your Creator always be with you and rain many blessings. I wish you a long life and good health. Good day.